I'm going to just quickly show you around the QMSA management system, just to hopefully demonstrate that as a business platform it could be the perfect solution for your business, particularly if you operate a smaller business and need the flexibility of a system that can work around you and not make you a slave to the system. So we'll just quickly go over this system just ever so briefly, just to show you some of the primary features. It contains a fully operational quality management system that meets all the requirements, not only for the MCS scheme, but will also have all the necessary requirements to also meet the requirements of the forthcoming Green Deal. Part of this management system regime includes policy and procedure, template contract agreements and template documents that you might well need for a lot of your job management, and also a fully operational technical publication library for all required technologies that you may be working on. The other aspect of this technical library is that at QMSA we will ensure that it was always and is consistently up to date at the point of use, so you will not be using any documentation that's at any point out of date. We also have a complete job management system. This will enable you to control a job from the moment a customer engages with an inquiry right through to a completed job, and includes every single document that you're likely to need from start to finish. If we ever so briefly look at a typical customer profile, this will show where we initially put all the information for an inquiring customer. By putting this detailed information in at the front end of an inquiry, it saves you a huge amount of time and effort in terms of future duplication, because every subsequent document, whether it's a survey sheet, whether it's a quotation, contract, or at the point of handover, it will pre-populate all of that customer's information. So once you've written that customer's information in once, you will not need to do it again, which saves a lot of time. We also have a company records area. This enables us to control the business aspect of our activity, again to meet requirements for MCS and of course forthcoming Green Deal. So we can have a place where we keep all the details of all our operatives. So here's an example of the profile of one of the company operatives with all the necessary information, contact details, qualifications, technologies, any training that's been achieved, any witnessed visits that we've carried out in terms of audit. So it's a fully functioning training record for all of your operatives, and once it's in there, it's done, and will also allow you the option of uploading any future qualifications or certificates, so that it's a place where we can keep this information and can access it at any time. The same process is true of subcontractors, so we can control our subcontractors and we know details, what it is they've got, any health and safety policy documentation that they've provided us with. Once we've received it, we can scan it, upload it, and it can exist then inside this web-based system without the need for unnecessary amounts of paperwork. We also have systems to control any complaints that come in, so if we should receive a complaint, we can add that complaint, which registers it, which logs it, which ensures that hopefully it can be dealt with in a timely and effective manner. Suppliers lists for organisations providing us with perhaps goods or services. A meetings agenda list. This will allow us to carry out our required quarterly minimum meetings, taking all the necessary details, finding out who it is that's present, any general comments, actions from the meeting, any complaints or non-conformities received. We also have an equipment register, so again, any of the equipment that we're using as part of this business with renewable technology, we can log this information, identify an indicative cost, and ensure that we've a place for all of that equipment to live. The same goes for calibration. For the equipment that requires periodic calibration, we can hold that information, we can add a new calibration, identify that requirement, and of course my non-conforming products. So in the event that we do find that some of our equipment isn't fully functioning, we can register it, and that will meet the requirements of MCS. So that's just a quick tour of the system, and hopefully identifies that as a business process it meets all the requirements of both MCS and will cover you for the forthcoming Green Deal.